Welcome to week 2 of the Magic in Review, Vanished Magic magazine. The first thing we're going to look at is Lubor's gift box. It's a great little item and it's got a lot of potential by Lubor. What I like about this, it's made from an art board, so it's a cardboard, but it's a very strong cardboard. And obviously a lot of work has gone into this because a lot of Gazinta boxes I've owned in the past are hard to take on and off. This one has a real nice effect where it slides up and down, quite neat. It's designed to look like a packing case, or a parcel rather. What's good about this is that if you can put it into, structure it into a routine where you're sent a parcel and you go, oh, I've got this just arrived today. Make a great opening for the vanishing bandana banana trick if you do that, because you can actually take it out and say, oh, here it is, inside here is something. Then you put this back on here, and then you would open up this, and then out of this would come your effect, whether it be sponge balls or whatever, vanishing banana trick, and of course that goes back in there. And that goes back on there, and you get this nice sort of effect where it just sort of slowly pushes down, slides down, which is really quite neat. It's a great little prop. I don't find it mystified as much as it is of a puzzle, but it's one of those things. It's a great example of if you don't have to say anything while you do it. I wouldn't perform this and say, oh look, this box fits inside this box, how did that work? I'd leave it to my audience to make their own conclusions and realize what happened. In fact, that's how I perform it. Even with kids, I did it at a 7-year-old birthday party and took something out of it, a present, and without saying anything, got a great reaction from the kids. So this is both a kid's thing. I've seen a close-up magician open his show with this, and he took his props out and didn't say anything and put the boxes back together, and it hit with the audience. It's one of those tricks where I think it's a great lesson, and magicians don't need to say too much and let the audience do the thinking for this. So it's a $100 item, retails for US $99.95, 100 US. It comes in just an ordinary box. I would have liked to have seen a better carrying case for it than this, but you could certainly go down to the $2 shop and buy a nice hardcover case. But this is just to carry it around, and it works nicely. I've used it quite a lot now, and as you can see, it's starting my just cardboard box. I need to get another one, but at the $2 shop they have nice sized boxes that are certainly might be better to carry it around in. But overall, it's a great item, well worth the money if you can get use out of it. As I said, I think producing something from it or having a reason to use it in your show makes more sense than just doing it as a magic trick by itself. But that's Lubor Fiedler's gift box. Now, I've had several emails from people asking me about a trick I released called Famous Faced. There's no video of it online. It's a Ken Brook idea, and I've modernised it along with a friend of mine, Kyle Perron, who did the artwork for me, Doug Henning. You get different famous magicians, David Copperfield and so on. And it's a 4-card trick, a multi-phase card trick using the packet trick, using just some 4 cards. It's a great little effect. It's perfect for doing strolling when you have kids in the audience and you want to show them something other than a card trick. It uses 4 famous magicians. It's a nice sort of storyline. I say, these are my 4 famous magicians or favourite magicians that I like. And so you could give the kids a little bit of history of magic, you know. And it's got a nice sequence where the magic gets stronger and stronger until the finale. So here's just a little, not a live performance, just a little thing with a camera so you can see what it looks like. There it is. I'd like to show you a little famous trick using 4 famous magicians. That's Doug Henning from Canada, Harry Houdini, David Copperfield, and Cardini, perhaps the world's greatest card magician. Now they're going to do a little bit of magic. When I snap my fingers, the first one will turn over, and look, he becomes face down. That's Doug Henning. Watch David Copperfield. Little snap, and David Copperfield will now turn face down. If you watch Harry Houdini, the master magician, will turn face down. The last one left is the world's famous card magician known as Cardini. He too will turn face down. All of them, one at a time, turn face down. Just a snap. This is really neat because now they all turn face up. Now, did you notice the colour of the back of the cards? Red. No, well, they were red, except you may have missed the black ones there. Those are the black ones there. Now, if you said black or red, it doesn't really matter because they're magicians, remember? They know how to cheat. And in fact, they've all got different coloured backs. And that, my friends, is the famous 4-card famous magician trick. This week's book review is The Definitive Guide, easy for me to say, The Definitive Guide to Restaurant Magic by Wayne Goodman. I worked in restaurants for years when I started out, and I love working in restaurants. It's a great way to make contacts. It's a regular gig. But if this isn't a very big book, it's only 65 pages or 60 something pages, but I will tell you that the information here is just pure gold. He tells you how to get a job, getting the gig, different restaurants. There's a really good chapter here on the restaurants and restaurant chains, which is actually very interesting. Email, different ways. He talks about 3 or 4 different ways to actually approach a restaurant, which is what you want to know if you're going to start getting this sort of work. Also, the business and show business. I had this old thing, which show business is 10% show, 90% business. He talks about that. He also, with a nice little section here on working the table and different tricks to perform from different performers. I like that. I've never seen that before. So he's got Stephen Lethwaite, Christian Fletcher, Julie Carpenter, and Matthew Ramsell showing you the effects they do in, or not showing you, but just a list of effects they like to do in restaurants. Approaching the table, which is a great little chapter I think everyone needs to know. So if you're new to the restaurant business, this is a great book to get. If you're thinking about getting regular work at a restaurant, again, a great book to get. Having performed at restaurants for many years, I can tell you everything in there is workable. In particular, I really like the way he approaches a table. Often you see magicians approach a table and they're rejected, and there's a reason for that, I believe. It's the way that you approach the table, or even when you do strolling magic, there's a way to approach and not approach people without putting them off. But he talks about the best way, which is the way that I used for years on approaching a table. Throw away the penknife, in other words. So it's really practical advice. This is really good. It's nothing new for sure. Everything in here is common sense. But if you want to start doing restaurants, this is a great book to get. The Definitive Guide to Restaurant Magic by Wayne Goodman.